Hello everybody and welcome to Berringer and Districts, and as promised a slightly delayed end of year review, which is the layout tour and year end in 2014, and I've deliberately delayed it by a few days because I wanted to actually have some work done to incorporate a layout update for you as well. And so this video is going to be split into two parts. So you're now looking at the first part, sorry, of the two-part series on the end of year review. And currently you're looking at new shot, and this is the kitchen end of my layout. And this is pretty much the end, which is sort of was unexpected. It wasn't really anticipated that I was going to build to this end of the layout. But nonetheless I have. It's like a little shelf layout almost. As you can see, it's very narrow. As you can possibly see as well, there's my microwave under there. And basically this is supposed to be sort of like a branch line with a China clay building. The China clay building I've built by hand, scratch built. Sitting in front of it is the Resident 25 that tends to be doing the China clay works, with an engineer's Tatty 73 right beside it. And if I take you through the new shot end, you can see there's a station here, and we'll just give you a little tour of that. And as you see, it's just a single platform there. It's an unmanned station just there. Also, it's got some posters and some grey lampposts, and this is sort of to denote that this station hasn't been refurbished yet. It's just an old branch line station, excuse me, and that's yet to receive the NSC treatment. The work that is still to be done is basically to do the name boards. The name boards, and I'll show you on Offwood on the Hill when we get to it, and I'll explain to you a bit more about it. And as you sort of pan round, you'll come in. This is the first tree that I ever planted on this layout, and the second tree is just there, and just behind that my good friend Graham from Lakeside. And if you haven't seen his channel, where have you been? Because it's an amazing channel, and he's kindly gifted me this signal box, which is sitting nicely here with the Land Rover right behind it. And so that's just a little short section, and then that leads on to Offwood on the Hill. So we'll just take you to Offwood on the Hill, and that's an overview from where it is, but I'll show it to you in closer detail. So here we are at Offwood on the Hill in closer detail, and you're looking at it from the other end, and as you can sort of follow the line round, you'll see that it comes and leads on to the U-shot section. So that's the new shot. This is a Batman suburban station. It needs more detailing, like people and stuff like that. Also the platform numbering and new station signs, because I can't stand the lettering on this model scene one. I've been doing a lot of station signs this weekend, so when I get onto the layout update I'll talk about that in a bit more detail. I'd like to add a few more people and maybe some ducts and things. And as you can see, the subway stairs goes down, and it also leads off through the gap in the wall there, where this provincial open deck bus is squeezing under the road bridge. Also the road then leads up towards the station and leads out towards the wooded area. Now before I leave Offwood, I should give a quick shout out to my sister, who kindly bought me this tripod for Christmas, and it's already been used plenty on this layout already. So just a big thank you to my sister for getting me that for Christmas. So although it's sort of, it's not railway related, but it can be used like that. So that's worked out really nice, and I've used it plenty. So there's still work to be done here at Offwood on the Hill. You're now looking at the seam section, which is like the box section. I did make a video on it a little while ago about how I went about making this, and this is it's not directed, because Offwood on the Hill is just over there, to the left, so just so you get your bearing straight, so you know exactly where it is. But it comes from the lower section of the baseboard, and this is the seam section. And as you can see here to the right, we have a disused signal box on the right hand side, and this platform here, there's a footpath on the right here, and that's basically supposed to be like a disused line. And then there's a disused platform, if I spin the camera around, on the left there, and then that will lead on to the TMD through the single line. And then after this old Mark 1 coach is basically like a visitor centre, so all the walkers could sort of get a bit of information about the line that used to be there and collect their brochures and pamphlets and souvenirs and things like that. So that's the whole point of that being there, and that leads on to the TMD. And this is the TMD end, and if I just show you, that leads off to, I'll just pull that back, that leads back through to the seam section. You sort of take a sort of look at that, you can see where that leads to the seam section through there. And then afterwards we have the 33, the 2 tank wagons, and an FNA. I mean, that was just put there just to get it out of the way, quite frankly, just for a while. And then after, obviously, that leads into, it's just all a single line. Again, it's a diddy little shelf unit. If I just sort of pan out, you can see sort of how small it is. It's just literally just the shelf layout. And then if I take you, you can see the box section there for the seam section, which, like I said, I'll just sort of give you sort of view. That's how it kind of pans out like that. Now, as you can see, we're at the top of the seam section. I'm on the top section of it. You can see offered on the hill just to the left, and this section is going to be redeveloped. Was never really quite happy with it, and now there seems to be a slight issue with it. I'm not exactly sure what's causing it, but there's a bit of rubbing going on this bend here, which never used to be, so I don't know if it's just an expansion or something. But anyway, that's going to get taken down, and we're going to probably put a nice Batman low relief building. I've just moved job wise to a new depot. Those of you who don't know, I'm a bus driver and I'm waiting for Stagecoach, and we're going to a new depot, and it's going to be a bit more money, so I think I'm going to treat myself as a little prezi. Going to get a nice Batman low relief building, or scale down one that will sort of fit there. I've seen one or two that I've got my eye on, so I'm going to have a look around and see what that will lead to. Then we've got this section which goes down the hill, and there's a branch line that goes off down the hill there. And then we've got the sidings here for all the little DMUs. The 101 NSC to your far right, followed by the 416 EPB blue-grey, followed by the 108 in the blue-grey, and then my 105 Craven's DMU. Now you come down the hill, and as you come down the hill, you come up to the tunnel mouth and the main junction there. We've done this hillside some time ago. At my model railway group, I learnt recently how to make trees. I was supposed to put up a video. I haven't done that because I haven't made any trees. So when I get around to doing that, I will be putting up a video on how to do that, and that we're going to put a few more trees just along here just to liven it up a bit. Maybe some animals or something grazing or something. So that might go up there. Then we come down here, and I'll spin you around, and the junction is our little 5-road fiddle yard, which was 7 originally, but it's 5, then plus the 4, 5 up the top will give us 10, so that's an extra 3 that I didn't have before. So all my longer trains tend to be parked up here. As you can see, my SEP is on the right. Fiddle Yard Road 4 is actually empty because the vet that usually parks there is at the station. A Class 37 is in number 3. Number 2 is Superb in the network southeast, and if I just rotate further right and slightly to the left, you'll see that my Helgen 47 is here on the left hand side, occupying number 1, and number 1 is the one that leads off to the seam section and the TMD. So we then spin you around and going up. Hope you're not getting too dizzy. I need to finish off this canal scene. I know Richard's done a very good one recently, and so I'd already done one anyway, but he's after getting a boat, and so am I. I haven't finished mine, whereas he's finished his. Again, if you haven't seen Everard Junction, where have you been? Because that's another great channel, so make sure you just stay tuned for that. Also, we've got the little village pub. I'd like to do a bit more with this corner as well. I'd like to put up a back scene and make it a bit more authentic. I mean, it's looking okay, but I think that's about as far as I can say. So as you come down here, you cross over the railway line, over the bridge. You've got my coastliner there because everything's been evacuated from the station end because of the work that's been going on. Those of you who know, I've been working on the underground section. And then we've got this country scene section here, and then for accessibility, this comes off, this gets lifted out so I can gain access to the track that's underneath. So if there's any problems underneath there, that just sits in there. And then as you spin round, you come down to the signal box side and the station approach, which is just down there. So we'll go as far as here. As you can see, the station approach and starts widening out to go into various points. Some leading off to 4 and 5, which is the new underground section, and then the rest go to the main terminus section. And then if I just take you around here, you'll see there's some period posters up here, and also there's lots of cars here parked up at the moment, because like I said, a lot of these cars have been spread about the layout, and most of these that are here were on the on top of the town scene. So because I've been working underneath, obviously they can't go there at the minute, so that's why it's so crowded. My Leyland National serving the bus stop. and that's about it really for part 1. And obviously part 2 will have all the layout update and also cover the station area. So bye for now, take care, and I will see you and speak to you in part 2.